The world of Texas music has lost a titan, and the void left behind is immeasurable. Joe Ely, the unsung architect of Texas sound, has passed away at 78, leaving behind a legacy that bridges generations and genres. But here's where it gets controversial. While many celebrate him as a songwriter, his true genius might have been something entirely different: his electrifying performances. Let's dive into the life of a man who connected the dots between Willie Nelson and the big boys, and ask ourselves, was Joe Ely the missing link in Texas music, or was he something even greater? On a chilly Monday night in December 2025, as I tried to muster holiday cheer with friends, my thoughts were consumed by the news of Ely's passing. At 78, he had lived a life as eclectic as his music. To me, and countless others, he was the bridge that connected the traditional with the avant-garde, the past with the future. Intuitive, endlessly curious, and fearless, Ely was a force that never stopped forging ahead, even when his path was anything but clear. His beginnings were humble. A few years younger than his Lubbock contemporaries, Jimmy Dale Gilmore and Butch Hancock, Ely absorbed the essence of their dusty, wide-open landscapes. Their 1972 recording, with Gilmore on lead vocals and no Ely songwriting credits, barely made a ripple, finding a home only in truck stop 8-tracks. It wasn't until a decade later, with a British vinyl reissue, that the Flatlanders gained recognition. By then, the trio had already parted ways. Enter Jerry Jeff Walker, the Austin songwriter who helped Ely land a deal with MCA Records. Ely's 1977 debut album was a masterpiece, blending covers of Hancock and Gilmore with his own unforgettable tales, including the iconic I Had My Hopes Up High. His subsequent 4-album run, Joe Ely, Honky Tonk Masquerade, Down on the Drag, and Musta Nada Gotta Lotta, became the cornerstone of his career. But here's the part most people miss: Ely's eclecticism often baffled fans and critics alike. His 1984 synthesizer album, for instance, left MCA scratching their heads. Yet Ely remained unapologetically true to his muse, unafraid of the occasional misstep. When I interviewed the Flatlanders for Texas Monthly in 2002, during their reunion album recording, it was clear Ely was the undisputed leader. Yet, despite his studio achievements, his recordings were almost secondary. And this is where the controversy lies: Ely's true gift wasn't songwriting, it was performing. With a riveting stage presence and charismatic energy, his bands, first with Jesse Taylor, Lloyd Maines, and Ponty Bone, and later with David Grissom, Jimmy Pettit, and Davis McClarty, brought euphoria to every show. Night after sweaty night at Liberty Lunch, his hometown venue, Ely pushed his band to the brink, delivering performances that felt like witnessing Elvis, Buddy Holly, or Little Richard in their prime. When The Clash and Bruce Springsteen invited him on stage, it wasn't just a gesture, it was a validation of his undeniable talent. But here's the question that lingers: was Joe Ely's impact greater as a songwriter or as a performer? His ability to connect with audiences, to make every show feel like the right place at the right time, suggests the latter. Yet, his songwriting laid the foundation for generations of Texas musicians. Perhaps the truth is, Ely's genius lay in his ability to be both a chameleon who could adapt, innovate, and inspire. As we mourn his passing, let's celebrate the man who was more than a musician; he was a connecting force. What's your take? Was Joe Ely's greatest legacy his songwriting, his performances, or something else entirely? Share your thoughts in the comments. Let's keep the conversation alive, just as Ely would have wanted.